What's going on, everybody? Doc from Average Gamer Guys back yet again into the third episode of our Road to Ranked series. So jumping into it, we got actually 4 games today to showcase, and we'll kind of talk through them. Some ups and downs as we've come to expect with this series. Overall, more ups in this episode than downs. So as of late, these games were recorded a couple days since I've done the voiceover, if you will, for this. So I'm kind of reliving these as we go, as I've said we've done. But what's made me happy, one was that block right there. But two, I felt like I've been playing a little bit more solidly as of late. So just a little bit more consistent. Obviously, we give up this goal here in the first 30 seconds. But, it happens. I made that contest there, which probably wasn't the best of ideas. I probably could have waited it out a little bit, maybe taken a little bit higher priority shot. But I felt like my teammate was rotating back pretty good. He obviously makes a miss on the back end, which, again, no fault to him. I put him in a tough spot because he had to kind of rush back. So I've just been feeling pretty good. Like I said, feeling a little bit better, feeling my ball control, and just some of my contacts and my hits, my decision making has been just a little bit better as of late. So I was kind of excited to get in, record the third episode, and I'm excited for future episodes. Obviously, we want to be able to make shots like that. Now, there was a defender there, but he was on the far post, so I do have to get some decent placement on that ball. Obviously, it was okay placement, but didn't quite get it in the goal. Obviously, that's what we want. Would have liked that score right there. Would have been nice. Here, just a little bit of lack of communication. I won't say miscommunication, but I'll say lack of communication. Obviously, between me and my partner there, I didn't really have the boost to go up to challenge that previous, I guess we'll call it a shot, or that possession, and that was kind of the unfortunate part about that. Because if I do, I think we end up obviously scoring there a little bit early, but we do get this in. I make a decent little challenge there, which just creates an opportunity. A couple whiffs on the back end from the opposing team definitely helped us out there. And what I think I'm going to do while we've got maybe a little bit of pause in the action is, I think for the next episode, I'm just going to kind of show at least 1 or 2 of the training packs that I've been using again. I obviously have a lot of mechanical skill that I need to keep working on, and that's specific to aerials and specific to just better ability to hit the ball. I think that's one thing I've really been working on, is making good contact when I'm in the air, either positionally with my car, or more specifically making sure that I'm hitting the ball with the right part of my car to get the most power or the best shot, or honestly the best angle. I feel like I'm getting a lot more consistent in the air, so getting to the ball, still a little bit of a problem, but not as big of a problem. I feel like I make pretty decent reads, but being able to then with the car, and I probably should not have made that touch right there, with my car, make better judgment, make better shots. This is a good play here by my teammate. My teammate, honestly, in this game, I felt pretty good. He was playing pretty solid. We just, again, we're getting close. I think me and him in this game have a couple of shots that are just barely off the mark. We play a little bit of the bumpy game here. I was probably stuck around that a little bit too long. Should have rotated out, give my teammate an opportunity. Lose the dribble here a little bit, but actually get it back. And that right there, you see my teammate say, "Oh my God!" I'm not sure why he would have attacked that. Now, obviously, I'm not looking super good, and I just own goal this, so that was obviously bad. But I'm not looking super good as far as the dribble, but I still do have the possession, which is one thing that I found, especially in these low platinum, high gold ranks, that people have a hard time with. They want to come in, obviously want to make a shot on the ball, but I was possessing the ball. I felt really well, and if my teammate, and again, not trying to blame him, but if my teammate gives me the opportunity to even make maybe the first guy miss, I probably set him up for a pretty good pass. Right there, I felt like it was a pretty decent pass, and then obviously it just turns bad on the back end where I have to clear across the goal. don't make a good opportunity to do that, get an own goal, which, again, that would have gone in on its own, in my opinion. So, yeah, I just, again, that's the one thing with the series, and I know I've said it a lot, but if you get an opportunity to find somebody to play with regularly, do that. Because I think you're going to find yourselves having a lot more success, because you're not going to have those moments, where, again, it might feel awkward, and you could play that and communicate with your teammate to say, hey, I've lost control of this. I need you to come in and assist here. That was not the case on that. Like I said, I lost the dribble a little bit, but I was able to recontrol. He comes in for what he thinks is going to be a good shot, and then it obviously turns out that I cause him to whiff. And then we just have the series of events that we do there. So we'll work through it here, and unfortunately, I'll spoil this game for you. Unfortunately, we don't end up coming back. We get a couple opportunities here, I think. We didn't have bad pressure on the ball. That was a touch right there that I know he's trying to clear it out. I would have liked to see us try to keep some possession here at the end of the game. And as always, I see this a lot too. Typically, like, there's no reason not to be aggressive, right? So my position there, I felt like, was pretty decent if it comes across to make the shot. We end up losing that one. But we'll jump into the next game. I think the next couple of games actually pretty good. After that last game, we started this Plat 2, Div 2, or Div 1. I ended up divisioning down after that last game. And then we get into a couple series of games here where, again, I've been feeling pretty good. Been feeling like I'm playing a little bit better. And I get demoed right there, which does happen. I feel like that's one thing in this game that could still use a little bit of work. Just going to be honest with everybody. I felt like they did some not so recent changes to the demos and how they work, and ever since then I have not been a big fan of them. Really, really have not. I just feel like I don't know. They're not consistent. I get this kind of really unintentionally nutty bump right here on this guy. This was what I wanted. I wanted a good pass. I felt good velocity on that pass, but then me slamming into that guy and throwing him across the goal was obviously beneficial. So that play worked out. I was happy with that. Again, I've been really working on, wall hits, wall touches has been a big thing for me. The one of the biggest things, though, obviously, is being able to make an opponent miss or two opponents miss when it's on the corner or when it's near the corner. That's something I've been working a lot, and I think that skill is going to be hugely beneficial if you can do that, just for the sole fact of getting your teammate a pass that's going to work for them. So unfortunately, this guy here, I'm just burning time. That guy there was not playing, so he leaves. And I'm pretty sure this is the end of this game, if I'm not mistaken. So we get a little confidence goal there at the end. Didn't need it, but solid pass, decent win. We don't go anywhere, I don't think, with this game. I think we'll see here. This is where I'm at the Plat 1 Div 4. Yep. So we're gonna keep cranking through these, but this little forfeit thing happens to be kind of how the rest of the night went, which was, honestly a good thing. I was happy with this. Like I said, I feel like this gameplay here, just consistency. Consistency has been the biggest thing, and looking forward to, continuing to work on that. That was actually a really solid pass by my teammate there. I rotated back all the way to the back corner for boost, which if I would have rotated to the mid, probably would not have happened. May have been able to score that. The other thing that I've been finding is we've been, as is typical and what I've been recommending to everybody, playing with the teammate. We've been playing with against a lot of teams, which, in and of itself, I think is a disadvantage for sure. But usually we do all right. I've been finding that teammates have been honestly relatively consistent, which is nice. Couldn't quite get the cut there. But they haven't been super ball chasey. I especially the night that I was playing these guys with these guys in these games, I felt pretty good. Unfortunately, that guy makes just a little bit of a whiff there. We get a decent little shot, not a whole lot of velocity here. Not a bad cut placement. If I could have put it a little bit more either to the left or right post there would have been better. Left post maybe not so much, just because the other teammate was coming in, I think from his demo. But we get the goal, so not going to complain about that. Teammate makes a good push there, honestly. I was probably being a little aggressive with my positioning. Good challenge by me, I think, to get up there for that one, just buy myself and my teammate some time. And then, right here is another thing that I've really been working on is, everybody, especially closer to my rank, I feel like everybody really pushes a lot for the major boost pads, right? So you always want to try to have, boost is your, and a lot of times is your lifeline in this game to be able to make plays, make saves, make stops. Decent little save I made right there. But one thing I've been working on is you really got to, again, pay attention not only to the ball, but pay attention to, where everybody is positioned on the field. You saw me a little bit earlier. I'm headed back towards goal, putting myself in a better position to make a stop or a challenge if I need to. And along the way, grabbing the little mini boost pads. Now, I obviously saw the opportunity to go back. I had time, just based on positioning where everybody was. I had time to grab one of the bigger boost pads. I'm going to make this move right here because, again, you can see those two opponents, they're all the way back by their goal. So I got a nice little bump there. Unfortunately, didn't do a whole lot. But it's making the big field reads. Also understanding where your teammate is. And, again, not to harp on the same point, but make a decent little touch here. But, understanding where your teammate is. So I felt comfortable that my teammate had the goal relatively covered. I feel like I had time to be able to grab that big boost and then get in the goal, rotate behind him. So, again, I really recommend, if you're watching your play, and I hear this a lot, I'm out of boost, or I need boost, or I'm low on boost. Yes, that's true, but honestly, you don't need a ton of boost to make a challenge for the ball. You don't need a ton of boost, honestly, to come in and make some shots. If you double jump, and you've got 30 some odd boosts, you can get up pretty good and probably challenge most shots that are going to be put on net for you, and then find your opportunity to get the boost. Now, there's also a lot of discussion about, you want to be able to, control the boost when you can. That is definitely a big tactic and technique as you get into higher levels of competitive gameplay here, and your opponents are going to be looking for it. So I really recommend just taking a look at it. Find your opportunities. Right there, my teammate, he probably burned a decent amount of boost, puts himself in not a bad spot to challenge, but he probably could have grabbed that mid boost just to keep control of it and to fill himself back up. So it's just understanding, again, taking a look, understand the field, understand where the ball is, understand where people are on the field, who's challenging what, and I think you'll find yourself opportunities here to make better use of the boost. And then the mini pads. Don't give up on the mini pads. Those little boost pads, you can pick up, a couple of them. They're relatively, if you really learn where they are, you can use them to your strategic advantage to always stay in a play. I know, when me and Sloth are playing, that's one thing that I really try to focus on when we're playing. He's obviously, playing at a really fast pace, so it gives me an opportunity to make some of those moves. But I'll tell you, we ended up a lot of times being able to control the ball a lot and challenging really well, even from the midfield, just because we're able to manage our boost through the use of the mid pads as well as the small pads in the midfield. So always good to be able to go to put a shot on target here. Might have taken this from my teammate, but we get the forfeit, we get the win. So 2 games in a row, not feeling too bad. Felt pretty solid that game. Felt like didn't make too many mistakes there. Obviously, I think a missed shot attempt or two. Our opponents helped us out on a couple of whiffs. But again, that's going to happen. That's the consistency part of playing in this, again, these platinum levels. So jump into this 4th game here. Again, another team. So it's always a little scary seeing a team, because I'm thinking they're talking the whole time. They've got good communication, even with the Xbox lag, which a lot of you are probably familiar with. Take my time here, which really probably was not a good idea. I should have gotten up faster to that ball. Now this obviously created myself an opportunity to pass to myself off the wall. So this is another thing that I've been trying to work on a little bit. This is either a good pass for my teammate if he's in the mid, and he was right there, so he was going to be able to score that before anything else was going to be able to happen. But it's a great opportunity to make a defender miss. And I knew the first defender was basically already committed past midfield, so I've got a little bit of time for him. Even if he hustles, directly straight back, I make a pretty solid touch off the wall again for that pass, and then, give myself the opportunity to score. Here, I wish I could have gotten up to that. I need to work on getting into the air for those. Definitely could have made a better touch, but just that one right there, I felt okay with, just for the sole fact that I'm trying to buy myself, my teammate, really a little bit of time, and then he makes a really solid possession here. Great dribble by this guy to keep this on the car, get it back in front of him, and then boost it forward. Sometimes that's all you got to do: get in front of your car, hit that boost, and drive it forward. So that was solid. That was a solid defensive rotation for both of us, and my teammate really pulling his weight in this one. So that always helps. This is probably way too aggressive. Really, really way too aggressive for no boost. But I was feeling confident, I guess, and I felt like my teammate, his positioning had been really good just the first minute of this game. So I needed to get up a little bit higher for that. Probably should have double jumped. And again, that's kind of one of the things I was talking about as far as positioning my car. If I double jump there, I get a little bit of a twist. I could probably make actually a decent touch to get that back towards the goal. But my teammate does his part. We keep the pressure up, especially in their half, which was really good. I felt like we were doing a decent job controlling the boost, and we ended up succeeding with a goal here. And then again, this is just another read. I'm so happy with this pass. That was probably super, super happy with this pass. The little touch right here. Make this guy commit. Make that guy miss. So he thinks that might be a shot going in. Teammate there. Great positioning again from the teammate. And get another solid goal. But again, I think that play is just all completely set up in large part because understanding where the opponents are, being able to get in for that boost, I think was really important. These guys are really, really, they were trying. This definitely, these guys were not terrible. They're making some good touches. I just feel like between me and my opponent, or me and my teammate here, we just had really good control of the ball. And we also, again, positioning. I can't talk enough about positioning. Positioning yourself to make good challenges. Your teammate positioning himself. He makes a really good contest right there. And then, again, it opens up these opportunities. Now, he makes a really good touch there. Basically to make me lose possession. But my teammate, giving a little bit of a shadow, giving me some space, comes in and it honestly is able to make a really good touch. And that'll finish this out. So I believe actually we'll division back up at the end of this game. So we finish where we start, but on a good 3-game streak. 3 forfeits in a row is always a good way to play some Rocket League. And just consistency, staying consistent. So happy to keep doing this series. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. Not so much floppy gameplay, maybe a little bit more floppy from the opponents than me this time. But gonna keep doing this. I've been enjoying it, and like I said, gonna try to keep the climb going. We're gonna see how we can do. Still no word on when the season ends for this current season. I'm sure we'll be hearing something about that probably relatively soon. But so far, enjoying it. Just consistency. And like I said, I think in the next episode, I'll just give you guys a little taste of some of the training packs I've been using, try to do consistently that I think have been helping me out. So as always, much appreciated. Hope you guys enjoyed. Doc from Average Gamer, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. See ya.